Ooh. This is the Ares MSR 700. What's up, guys, and welcome back to DRZ Productions. As you can see, we have a new product here today. This is probably the first sniper I've ever had in my possession, to be honest. I typically don't use snipers, but for today's video, we're going to do a little bit on the MSR 700 from Ares, and we're going to go ahead and paint this for today's video. Because I want to show you guys how you can paint your airsoft sniper to blend in with the environment that you are trying to match. So why do I have this Ares MSR 700 in front of me? Well, to be honest, I'm not a big fan of sniping, but I figured it would be something cool to try out and something cool to just play around with. I got a lot of buddies of mine that we play with who really would like to get into sniping, but they can't afford like a cool, big-looking sniper rifle. So I went ahead and purchased this for a pretty hefty price, and hopefully we can go out and use this later this year and see how it actually performs outside on the field. I believe a couple people have done some videos on it, like Swamp Sniper did a few videos, and I believe at one point Novrich even sold an upgrade tuning kit for it. There's also a lot of negative reviews about this gun. I've heard that it's got a very bad trigger unit, and that the trigger oftentimes can break. It slam fires as well, which I guess is kind of bad. Personally, I've already had an issue with it where the safety latch broke off of the gun. It's not very good for a brand new gun, but it still functions. So, I mean, I guess that's all right. Overall, the construction of this Ares MSR 700 is an absolutely solid piece of work. It's full metal, like I predicted it would be for the price that I paid. It did not come with this optic. I had to buy the optic separately. And the suppressor on the front of it, I had to custom fit to the front because the threads on the front of this are not external threads, they're internal threads, and they're, I think, 10 millimeter positive external threads, if you're correct. So I did a modification so that this went from the internal threading to external 14 millimeter negative threading, so I could put a tracer unit on this if I wanted to, or any other suppressors. Out of the box, I was very impressed with the quality of this. It is a very hefty sniper rifle. It probably comes in at about 15 pounds, I would like to say, with everything on it. Probably 10 pounds without everything on it. If you think you're going to go ahead and run around with this like your average sniper rifle, it might be a little bit harder to do because it is relatively heavy. The magazine on it, it's a very solid magazine, full metal. I think you can get extras of these. I really like the feel of it when you click it in. So, some of you who are big, there we go. Some of you who are big sniper enthusiasts might already realize that this isn't technically an MSR. It is closer to the M2010 competition rifle or military rifle, which would be chambered in .300 Winchester, I believe. So this is closer to the M2010 sniper rifle. And then the optic on top, usually the M2010 has like some special military optic, but they don't sell replicas of that, and they're about $3,000. So I just went with a little cheap airsoft optic to throw on top of this to give it a nice finished look. So yeah, overall, I like the feel of it. It's very well balanced. It's comfortable to hold. It's comfortable to shoot. It chronoed in at around 350 FPS with 0.3 gram BBs and 1.7 joules, which is a little low for a sniper rifle. A lot of you airsoft snipers out there, I know you're looking for like 2.7 joules or higher. So it's probably going to need some upgrades at some point because it does shoot a little low. Some nice features on it. It's got this folding stock that clears the bolt assembly, which is pretty comfortable. And then you just push a button to retract it or bring it back. On the opposite side of it, it's got the full metal, well, it's all full metal. On the opposite side of it, it's got the Remington trademarks, as well as on this side, which is on the lower part of it. The trademarks are probably why this gun costs so much. It's got because of the Remington licensing on it. The grip on this is super comfortable. It forms right to your hand. It is probably the most comfortable hand grip I've ever felt on any one of my guns. It's got some nice rail segments up here, so if you want to mount anything else to the front of the gun, it's also very nice, and you can get more rail segments to add to this side right here. One of the things about this gun is it is slightly different from the real M110 because of this portion right here. Right here doesn't exist on the actual sniper rifle. They had to put this in because that's actually where the BBs feed up from the mag to the hop-up unit. So this portion right here, it's kind of an added block of metal that they put in there for a well of BBs to travel up into the gun. It doesn't really bother me that much. I still think it looks pretty exact to the real M110, and I think it's sweet looking. I love it. The bolt on this is very comfortable. It's a very easy pull, but you got to pull it back all the way or it will not lock in place, I've noticed, and it is a little bit wobbly and feels like it's got a pretty cheap cylinder for the bolt. So that is something that I might have to replace with a Wolverine bolt at some point because I really do not trust the bolt on this. I feel like if I use it too rough, it will break the gun, and I don't want that to happen. It's got an adjustable stock, which is really nice. You can get some change in elevation right here. The butt stock, the butt pad actually changes in elevation as well. And I believe the gun came with a little adapter screw that goes on the bottom so you can actually change the elevation of the stock if it was fixed to the ground as well. So out of the box, it was a really good product. However, it didn't come with an instruction book out of the box. I was very surprised by that. I still have yet to know how you adjust the hop-up on this thing because it came with like a weird tool to do it. Still don't know how to do it, gotta figure it out, and there's not many videos on this on YouTube. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to go ahead and paint this. I'm probably gonna do like a forest green with some earth tones in there. Maybe put some leaves on it, brush it up a little bit, get it to blend in with our Rochester environment, and see how this looks. So let's go ahead and get started on that. So to paint this gun, we're gonna go ahead and use our original Rust-Oleum colors. It's the same paints that you see me use in just about every single one of my videos, but a little different is instead of being tan, we're gonna try to make this a little bit more forest green. So I've got the gun all ready and worked up here. I've taken all the stickers off of it, but I'm leaving the trades covered with blue painter's tape because I wanna leave the trades underneath on the gun once it's done being painted. Everything else we can go ahead and paint. The scope on it has covers, so as long as those covers are on, we should be good to go with paint. I'm gonna go light on the paint. I don't wanna go too dark or too heavy because I don't wanna risk paint leaking into anything important on the gun. So for this gun, we're gonna start off with tan, but we're gonna start off with a super light coat of tan because we want the majority of the gun to be a green color. We're gonna use as little of this tan as we possibly can. Actually, it's more of a khaki instead of a tan. Just like that, you're literally going to be dusting it. You don't have to be too harsh with it. Just be very easy on the tan. Just like so. That looks pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with how that's coming out. Next, we're going to shake up our very dark olive green color, and we're going to transition to this color. We can go a little bit harder with this color. Hey, that's what she said. Now we can put a little bit more of this color on because we want it to be more of a forest green color. It's looking pretty good. Get the back side of it. And we're gonna let that dry for a little bit. Now I found this material at Joann Fabric. When you're building a sniper, you just gotta look around at your local like fabric stores. Anywhere that sells just different types of yarn, fabric, whatever. This stuff's cool. You can stretch it apart and you get this fishnet type of fabric. This works as a great filter for when you're spray painting things. And especially if you wanna do like sniper type stuff, it's very good stuff that you can just wrap around your gun. So we're gonna use this to do some filters. Just like so. Wrap it around here. And you can still play around and move it and get it in the exact position you want. But we're gonna go ahead and try spraying this with a little bit of khaki tan and some dark brown. Try that. Oh yeah, that's what we want. Like so. And then you'll see how that's kind of working now. And you just play around with this netting until you get exactly what you want. Go around the whole gun and just kind of do this stuff. You know, just kind of play around with what you want, what you think looks good. Doesn't have to be perfect always. It's a sniper rifle, it's gonna get used, it'll get dirty. Fine. What are you? Not hitting me. I think that looks pretty good. We'll switch over to the other side now. There we go. Nice. I think that's looking really good. All right, guys, I think we're done here. I think this came out really nice. All right, everybody, so we're back. We completed our paint job on our MSR 700, or our XM 2010, as some of you shall call it, because it technically is an XM 2010, even though it's listed as an MSR 700. But it was a pretty simple paint job. A lot of different techniques we went over. You saw that we used the filter technique when we used that cloth fabric stuff that I found. That turned out really well. It gave us kind of a snakeskin texture. So let's go ahead and take a look at how this turned out. So this is a finished product. This is what we have. This is how it came out. I think it came out pretty sick. I went ahead and took the tape off of the Remington trade logos on the side. Looked very fresh. Overall, the paint job came out beautiful on this. It's like the perfect dark shade that I want. It's a little bit darker than my 249 in previous videos and other paint jobs that I've done similar. And it's got more of a snakeskin type texture. So it makes it a little bit different compared to my 249. But yeah, everything about this is really cool. I really enjoyed painting this. I had more fun painting this than I have with any other previous gun, actually. And I actually cannot wait to try this out on the field. I went ahead and took the scope covers off because I thought it threw the whole look of the gun off. I think it looks better without them on. And it's going to get a little worn over time, which will help the look and appearance of this look a little bit better. So let me turn it to the other side to show you what we got going on here. This thing's so long it barely fits in the frame of the video. So yeah, this was a fun project. Overall, it turned out really good, and I had a very good time doing this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned a couple things about painting sniper rifles or any gun that you choose to paint in the future. It's pretty similar. Painting's very easy. It's all about what you want to do to your gun. It's all personalization, so you know, if you want to do something different, if you want to go more tan, gray, green, whatever, it doesn't really matter. But it's always a lot of fun to paint your gun. So I enjoy doing these videos whenever I paint something new that I put a lot of money into. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will get back to you with any questions that you have. I'm pretty good about getting back to questions lately. That's why I do a lot of these videos, is because of the questions you guys leave in comment sections. So please continue leaving those questions in the comment section, because that gives me more ideas for content to do in the future. So anyway, I hope you guys have a nice day. This is DRZ Nate. I'm signing off. Peace out, everybody.